For most of my working life, I thought about retirement as a finishing line. You work, you save what you can, and you do your time. Then one day, you just stop working, and that's it. But the older I've become, the more I started questioning that idea. What if retirement isn't the end of your working life? What if it's the beginning of, say, your most meaningful chapter? That's something I've been thinking about a lot. Because after spending so much of my working life at sea, I'm sure I want my retirement to simply mean sitting back and doing nothing. But now I'm not so sure. I want to build something, and I want to learn, and I want to help people. I obviously want more time with my family, and I want to know that I am still moving forward. So today I want to talk about why I don't see retirement as the end. I see it as a new beginning. I spent in fact, all my working life at sea. And anyone who's worked away from home for long periods of time will understand something about that lifestyle. Let me tell you a little bit about that. You miss things. You miss birthdays, you miss Christmases, you miss family moments, you miss ordinary days. And sometimes the ordinary days are the ones that you miss the most. You can't get these days back. That's something I've thought about more as I've gotten older. When you're young, you think you've got unlimited time. Then suddenly you realize you don't. And that changes how you think about retirement. I don't just want to stop working. I want to make better use of the time I have ahead of me. And I mean, for years, retirement sounded like doing nothing. Just maybe sitting down and watching TV and taking things easy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with taking things easy. You know, after a lifetime of hard work, people deserve a rest, don't they? But I don't think rest and purpose are opposites. You can have both, I think. I want some rest, and I want more time with my family. But I also want something to wake up for every day, something to work towards, and something that gives me a reason to keep learning. That's one reason I started building on this YouTube channel. You might be asking, I didn't choose YouTube because I thought it would be easy. It isn't. I've struggled with the technology. I've had to learn things from scratch. I've had moments when I wondered whether I'm wasting my time. That moment comes nearly every day, but I've definitely had these moments. And as we've talked about before, when the views aren't there and the subscribers aren't coming in quickly, it's easy to question yourself. Every day for that matter. I've done that, same as you say. But here's the thing, every video teaches me something else. Every time I sit in front of the camera, I'm becoming more comfortable in front of the camera. Every time I write something, I understand my audience a little bit better. And every time I learn something technical, I become a little less intimidated by the technology. So even when the numbers aren't where I want them to be, I'm still growing, and that is important. So there's a lesson from being at sea that fits this perfectly. A voyage doesn't end because you reach one destination. You arrive, and then you rest, and you prepare, and then there is another voyage, another destination, and another horizon. I think life can be the same. One chapter ends, another begins, and your career might end. But that doesn't mean your usefulness ends. Your responsibilities might change some, but your purpose doesn't have to disappear. Your work in life might change, but your learning doesn't have to stop. Your next chapter, maybe you're watching this and you're already retired. Maybe retirement is only a few years away. Maybe you're worried about what comes next. I want you to think differently about that. And don't ask, what am I retiring from? Ask something like, what am I retiring into? That's a completely different question. What would you like your days to look like, for instance? How would you like to spend more time, or who would you like to spend more time with? What would you like to learn, and what would you like to try that you've always wanted to try? And what could you build? Could you build something meaningful? Who could you help? Would that be meaningful to you, helping someone? Those questions, they excite me far more than simply asking how many days I have left at work. So let me be clear about something. I'm not saying that everybody needs to start an online business. You don't. Maybe your next chapter is traveling somewhere, or maybe you're spending a lot of time with your grandchildren. That's also something I want to do. Maybe it's volunteering, or gardening, or writing. Maybe it's just learning a new instrument or something, or helping at your local community. Maybe it's finally doing something you've put off for the last 30 years. The point isn't the activity, the point is the purpose of it. So, for me, building online makes sense because I want flexibility. I want something I can work on around my lifestyle and my life. Something I can continue learning, something that potentially gives me another source of income. That's what I pray for and hope for. And something where I can share what I'm learning with people who are in a similar position. And that's why I do this for people over 50, people 60 going into retirement. I love to share. But there is another reason. It gives me something to build. And I think that's important because human beings need something to work towards. Human beings need a purpose, don't they? Look, here's something that I've realized. It's very easy to say, I'll do it when I retire. I said that myself at one point, but here's the point. Your retirement then comes and you say, I'll do it next month. Then another year goes by. And suddenly you look back and wonder where the time went. And that's why I'm trying to start my next chapter before the previous one completely ends. That meaning my retirement. I haven't retired yet. I don't want to wait for some magical date on the calendar. I want to build gradually, learn gradually, and prepare gradually. Then when the next chapter arrives, I'm hoping that I'm already moving in the right direction. So here's what I'd like you to do. Take a piece of paper. At the top, write my next chapter. Then write down 3 things. Number 1, something I want to learn. Number 2, something I want to build. And number 3, something I want to help, or someone I want to help, sorry. Don't overthink it. Just write the first things that come into your head. You might be surprised by what appears on that page. Now, I've spent a lot of my life working, and I've provided for my family. I've done what I needed to do, and I don't regret that. But now, I'm thinking about something else. Kind of a legacy. Not fame, but not becoming a millionaire, not having thousands of people know my name. A legacy can be a much simpler saying like maybe it's helping one person, maybe it's encouraging somebody who's afraid to start, maybe it is showing someone over 50 that they're not too old. That's why I do this channel, to show somebody over 50 or 60 that they're not too old. And maybe it's helping someone to take that first step towards something they've always been afraid to do. If one of my videos do that, or does that, then it's worthwhile. If you're approaching retirement, or you're already there, please don't think your story is finished. You may have another chapter waiting. And maybe it's a chapter you get to write yourself. You spent years doing things for other people, working for other people. Now perhaps it's time to ask, what do I want to do with the time ahead? You don't need to change your entire life tomorrow. Let's just start small. Let's just learn something. Let's try something, create something. Maybe just help somebody. Take that one step, then another. I don't know exactly where my own journey is going to take me, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. I still have doubts. I still have days where I wonder whether I'm doing the right thing or not. I still have videos that don't get any views, or very little views that I hoped for. But I've learned something. Not knowing exactly where you're going doesn't mean that you shouldn't start moving. Sometimes you discover the destination by taking the journey, and that's what I'm doing. And if you're watching and you're standing at the edge of your own next chapter, I want you to know something. You're not finished. Your working life might be coming to an end, but your life isn't, your experience isn't, and your ability to learn isn't, your ability to help people isn't, and your ability to dream isn't. So perhaps retirement isn't the finish line after all. Perhaps it's simply a point where you finally get to choose where the road goes next. I'm Stephen. I'm still learning and I'm still building, and I'm still taking the next step. And I'd love for you to come along with me. If you enjoyed this video, please, down in the description there, please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, or in the description, pick up my PDF, it's free to help you along your way. Give me the thumbs up so people of our age get to see this on the For You videos who might want to follow a journey like this, or might want to start YouTube. I'd love for you to do all that. And if you're ready to start building your own chapter, like I said, check out my PDF free beginner guide. That will help you. It's in the description there. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. Take care, and don't forget there may be a video in the corner here or the other corner. Click on that if you want to watch one of my videos, another one of my videos, or subscribe to see my new videos every week. And I'd love to have you there following my journey. Take care, and remember, your next chapter hasn't been written yet. You get to write it. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, Steve out.